Today we ask the question, is your fitness routine strong enough to survive travel? Let's find out. Whether you're traveling for business or vacation, keeping up with your fitness routine isn't easy. Your schedule is packed with meetings, flights, sightseeing, time with family, and honestly, those things should come first. The structure we rely on at home disappears fast. Hotel gyms, when available, tend to be small and limited, with strength equipment that feels more like an afterthought. If you're staying in an Airbnb, odds are there's no fitness setup at all. And let's be honest, adding a commute to a commercial gym, that's just not realistic for most travelers. So what's the fix when you want to keep your workouts consistent without disrupting your trip? That's where the Rayoi comes in. It's a $200 portable smart gym designed to keep your workouts on track wherever you go. But can something this small really handle a serious workout? Let's find out. Before we jump into the review, I want to be upfront. When we were kicking around the video ideas, we kept circling back to our Florida Keys vacation. The one where I brought along the X3 Bar Elite Home Gym. Yep. That's the band-based system with a controversial influencer who claims a fake doctorate. It completely derailed our training plans. We found it ineffective, didn't enjoy using it, and ended up selling it at a loss as soon as we got home. It was a shame because we were staying at an Airbnb right on the canal with a color-changing pool, basically the perfect setting for outdoor workouts. So this time around, we reached out to Rayoi to see if they would be open to sending us a unit to test and review. They said yes, but just to be clear, this will be an honest review. In our unveiling video, we already covered what comes with the Rayoi, the attachments and accessories, so I won't spend too much time on that here. The unit itself, it weighs around 2 pounds, offers resistance from 3 to 30 kilograms, which translates to roughly 7 to 65 pounds. The cable extends up to 56 inches. While that might create limitations for certain movements, it doesn't include the added length from your attachment, so in practice, it does stretch a bit farther. The Rayoi features 3 training modes. It boots up in dual mode, which provides resistance during both the concentric, which is the pulling, and eccentric, which is the releasing phases of a rep. Tap the power button again to enter eccentric only mode, ideal for negative training. A third press puts it into concentric only mode, applying resistance only when you're pulling. Most people will likely stick with dual mode as it gives you full rep resistance in both directions. We also decided to test the resistance output using what we had on hand, just a cheap luggage weight scale with a pull style handle. Not the most scientific tool, but it gave us a rough idea. We noticed that during the pull, the scale showed about 5 pounds heavier than the set weight, but once you reached the end range and stopped pulling, the reading settled almost exactly on the weight displayed by the Rayoi. Our guess? The extra force is likely due to acceleration or tension building up at the start of the pull, which is basic physics at play. But overall, the resistance appears to be fairly accurate to what's displayed. When it comes to setup, most home gym users will probably rely on the mounting strap, especially if you've got a power rack. It covers most use cases and provides a stable anchor. The ground fix pad has its place, but the strap will likely be the workhorse. The standout feature is the carabiner-friendly design, which means you can attach nearly any standard gym handle or accessory you already own. This makes it surprisingly versatile for such a compact device. Now we're going to roll into a montage of exercises using the Rayoi's Go-Tone pump. For brevity's sake, I'm going to refer to it as the Go-Tone. Mounted to our power rack, replacing traditional weights with digital resistance from the Go-Tone. After the montage, we'll break down our thoughts on the individual exercises and give you a take on how the Go-Tone performed overall. While testing the Go-Tone in our home gym, we ran it through a variety of exercises to see how it performs across the board. We tried full stretch, unilateral pull downs to gauge lat engagement, bilateral arm curls using Rogue's new cable Easy Curl Bar to test smoothness and symmetry, kneeling single arm chest presses to see how it handled horizontal push patterns, and then moved into lower body movements like split squats and suitcase squats. We'll go into full detail with our thoughts at the end of the review, but here's our initial take from real gym use. For upper body exercises, a single Go-Tone unit provides more than enough resistance to feel genuinely challenged. The movement wasn't exactly smooth, but the weight did feel accurate and consistent throughout the range of motion. For lower body work, especially squats, one unit just didn't deliver enough load to push strength limits. That said, If you were to combine two go tones, stick with split stance variations, taking time with controlled reps and adding a pause at the bottom, it would definitely feel much more effective. It's not going to replace the full rack of iron, but for smart, portable resistance, it held its own in most scenarios. All right, we've tested the go tone in our home gym. Now let's see if this thing can survive out in nature without the padded floors and air conditioning. Hiking shoes are on. Let's go test it in the wild.
On your way, you're the guy.
Rayoi does pair via Bluetooth with a companion app known as TTBot, and getting started is really easy. When you open your product, you'll find a QR code in the box. That's the fastest way to download the app, but if you prefer to do it a different way or manually, you can go into the App Store and just search for TTBot. Once the app's installed, you'll start by creating an account. Just enter your email address and the app will send you a verification code. Pop that in and you'll move on to entering a few personal details like your height and weight. Just a quick heads up, since this app was developed in China, it uses the metric system, so you'll need to enter your height in centimeters and your weight in kilograms. Don't worry if you're not sure how to convert. I just did a quick Google search to find that info. You'll also be asked to choose your gender, but just so you know, the options are currently limited to male or female. That said, if you're not comfortable sharing this info or your height and weight, you can skip it or mark it as secret within the app. Next up comes the Bluetooth connection. The app will walk you through connecting to your Rayoi device. Make sure the device is turned on and close to the phone. It went smoothly. Once you're connected, don't be surprised if the app suggests a firmware update. You might also notice the device shows up as kind of a random name like Realtek 4A71. Feel free to rename it or to something familiar like the Rayoi or GoTone or whatever makes it easier for you to recognize it. Once you're in the app, tap the Action button at the bottom of the screen. That's where you'll find a collection of sample movements and actions you can try with the device. The app does organize them by different body parts, so you'll see categories like arms, shoulders, legs, hips, whole body, dorsum, which is basically the back, making it easy to pick what you want and focus on in your workout. Quick note though, again, China-based app, some of the text might feel a little awkward, not perfectly translated into English. It's not a huge hiccup, but it does throw you off a bit when you're looking for things. So to be completely honest here, this app isn't the best for tracking your progress. Yeah, it has some tracking features, but they're not super intuitive and honestly feel more like a hassle than they're worth. That's why we're sticking with what we already use, whether it's the RP Fitness app or a simple spreadsheet, which is what I personally use to keep track of our lifts and progress. One thing the app does do well, however, is let you change the weight on the machine from your phone. So if your phone's nearby, you don't have to get up or go over to the device to make those adjustments. It's a nice little feature.
When we started this review, we weren't expecting a Rayoi at $200 to replace a Tonal 2, a Vitruvian, a Speediance, or a Voltra. Those systems range from a couple thousand to several $1,000s, so it's unrealistic and frankly, it's unfair to expect a $200 device to compete with them. Comparing them one-on-one was only going to leave you disappointed. Where the Rayoi shines is exactly what it was designed to be. Portable, on-the-go fitness. Whether you're heading out for a hike, going mountain biking, hitting the beach, or traveling for work or vacation, this thing's size, lightweight, and packability make it a standout. It's absolutely earned a place in our home gym as a travel companion, but maybe not as our primary system. We did receive this in exchange for an honest review, and that's what you're getting. We'll include a code at the end that saves you 10%. If you click the affiliate link, it'll help support our channel and future reviews by paying us a small commission. Let's get to what we liked. The packability. It's lightweight, compact, and easy to bring anywhere. The digital resistance. 65 pounds in a $200 machine, that's impressive. And yes, you could buy two and still be well under budget compared to the bigger names. The app library. While the app itself isn't perfect, we have more on that below, the video-based movement library is a great resource for workout ideas. The remote control aspect of it, where you can change the weight and check battery life via the app, is very handy. The expandable ecosystem. Rayoi has new accessories rolling out constantly. These will add more workout variety and convenience. To name a few, there's a magnetic gym bag, an ab roller that can be attached to, and also a dual go-tone setup to use two at once to bring resistance to 130 pounds. Now let's get to some of the stuff that we didn't love, but we kind of expected. The choppy resistance. The movement isn't buttery smooth, but again, this is a small $200 unit with digital weight. It's good enough to get the job done, especially while traveling. Let's talk about the app a little bit. It's not intuitive for tracking workouts. We ended up not using it for that purpose, but we still found some use for browsing exercise ideas, checking battery life, and adjusting the weight. There's no travel case. There's a magnetic gym bag available, but for real travel, we picked up a $20 padded Amazon case that works perfectly. And we've got some durability questions. This hasn't been around long enough for us to consider it a daily use, 5-day-a-week kind of product. It may prove to be over time, but it's not built for that in our mind, but it really shines for outdoor sessions, hikes, vacations, or work trips. Based on a video by Rayoi co-founder Johnny Otema, it looks like the cable system, a likely wear point, is replaceable, which is reassuring. Johnny's been super open and responsive with us throughout this entire process. So would we recommend it? Yes. If your goal is a travel-ready, affordable, smart gym solution, this is a solid choice. It punches way above its weight, literally and figuratively, for the price.